Hi, guys. Good evening, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, I'll be discussing what I thought of the awesome, the super intense, and really cleverly well done, well made film from Universal and Blumhouse, The Invisible Man. I just got done watching it. It was great. I really enjoyed it. Very unexpected and a very surprising film. Left me a little disappointed with one little tiny area, but it made up for it another. So before I begin, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled film review. If you've not seen The Invisible Man yet and you would like to, do not keep watching or listening to this video, as I will be going into giant, massive spoilers regarding characters, plot details, all that jazz. So you have been warned. This is your spoiler warning. Spoilers starting from here on out right now. First and foremost, great job to Lee Winnell for writing and directing such a great, intense movie. And hats off to lead performer Elizabeth Moss. I mean, wow, she really knocked it out of the park with this performance. You know, she was riveting, she was unsettled, she was gripping, and she really sold you that this was a woman who was trapped in some kind of horrible abusive relationship, and even in death this guy was still haunting her. Of course, we as the audience knew better that he wasn't dead, but then her trying to get everybody else to listen to her and no one really believing her or taking her seriously. God, that was tough, and she really nailed it. So hats off to Elizabeth Moss. Everybody else did a great job too. I mean, the Invisible Man himself, he was scary, edgy, creepy. Oliver Jackson Cohen, excellent job. He really he knows how to play a certain, there's a certain, unsettled look and edgy look about him that was really great in The Haunting of Hill House, and he carried that over into this performance as well, so that was awesome. And everybody else did a great job in this movie, and I really enjoyed it. I think the thing that left me a little bummed was that in the trailers, which a lot of people complained revealed a lot, and I understand that, but after seeing this film, they really did keep the best and most shocking surprises and scenes intact and preserved for the film, because the stuff that really made my jaw drop, like when he slashes the sister's throat in the restaurant, like we see that brief second the knife is like hovering in the air, and then it cuts her throat, and then he throws it in her hand and she just breaks down. That was shocking. Or when he slits his own throat and you realize, oh shit, she's got the invisible suit on. That's awesome. That was also shocking. Stuff like that. They did show quite a bit in the trailers, but man, was it still one hell of an entertaining movie. The one thing that I was a little bummed about is that in the trailers, they showed Elizabeth Moss showering in the shower, and as she's washing her hair, we see the palm print of the Invisible Man slowly appearing on the glass, like he's right outside the shower watching her. And that was spooky and creepy as hell. It was in the very first trailer. It's one of the things that got me really excited for this movie, because I thought the trailer helped set a tone for this film. But unfortunately, that scene seemingly did not make the cut into the film. Like, when they briefly show her in the shower, and then she steps out to answer the phone, and then I was waiting for her to go back in the shower so we see the hand appear, but that never happened, so that was a little disappointing. However, what made up for it was the awesome, kick-ass, intense scene in the psychiatric hospital when he basically starts beating the hell out of the guards. Like, the Invisible Man is pretty much exposed at this point, partially exposed, and he goes on this murderous rampage, and he just kills one security officer after another, while they're all confused trying to figure out what the hell's going on and who or what they're facing up against. And they're yelling at Cecilia to stay on the ground, and then he's just killing them left and right. It is intense, it is raw, it's scary, and it also reminded me of like other Universal monster films where the monster got like a killing spree scene in their films. Like, even in those old black and white films, there are a couple scenes where our monsters would go a little haywire, a little nuts, and go on basically a killing or a maiming spree, and killing or hurting multiple multiple people in one sequence while they're either being chased by angry villagers or being searched or hunted for by another group of characters, but they would eventually turn on everyone and just go absolutely batshit crazy and go into full-blown kill mode. And that's exactly what he did in the psychiatric hospital scene, and that was the highlight and my favorite part of this movie. Although I also really did enjoy when Elizabeth Moss turned the tables on him in the end there, when she's acting like she's all worried and depressed and she's calling 911 about him killing himself, and then her tone and her personality like instantly changes, like surprise. That was great. I also loved how she was smart enough to realize and knew him well enough to know that it was him who was wearing the suit the whole time, except for the sequence involving her friend and his daughter when it was the brother. You know, I was suspicious the brother was going to be a part of this, especially when it was revealed that not only was he his lawyer, but his brother as well. And I thought, oh, what kind of part are you going to have to play in this? Is that just a mere coincidence? Or nope, there's something more foul afoot. And clearly he was an accomplice, or at least a pawn in this whole thing. I was never expecting him to wear the suit at any moment, although I was a little suspicious once she pulled the mask off, and I thought, it's gonna be not gonna be him, it'll be the brother or someone else, and sure enough it was. And you think the movie might end there, because I thought, oh shit, does he escape with all of his technology like into the night and no one will ever see him again? Nope, the movie still goes on, and we still have a couple more minutes left, and it is a very memorable couple of minutes, because he's just sitting there eating his steak, staring longingly at her seat, and all of a sudden his hand goes in the air, and then he seemingly cuts his own throat, but we all realize what's going on, and the audience in the screening I went to had a great reaction to that whole sequence. That was awesome. You know, she was finally truly free and liberated of this creep, and the only way she could really be truly free of him is if he was no longer in the picture at all. I'm not condoning murder by any means or anything like that, but in this case, it was her best and seemingly only way out. But an entertaining, thrilling, exciting movie, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was very, very satisfying. I was still a little bummed out about the handprint on the shower scene not being in there and only being in the trailers. However, almost everything else was in this movie, and the killing spree rampage in the psychiatric hospital was definitely the highlight of the film, and it made up for that fact. It made up for the lack of the palm prints appearing on the glass during the shower scene. So overall, I really enjoyed this film, and I highly recommend it, and I'm definitely going to see it again, because everybody's performance alone is a reason to see it again, as well as the special effects. I gotta say, that suit itself was scary, because it looked like a million little black eyeballs all just looking or fixating on one thing. True, they're all like camera lens, but god damn, that thing was scary looking. And, so for the Invisible Man, he looked great. So, when he was visible, he still looked scary. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching my film review for The Invisible Man. I hope you liked this movie as much as I did, and I hope you see it again too. Did you have a favorite scene or moment? What did you think of the movie? I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. The Invisible Man is now playing in theaters. Check your local listings for times. Have an awesome rest of your night and weekend if I don't see you. And of course, until next time, may the force be with you.